Let's start with, please, with our president of a regional section. Can you introduce you to the audience?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. And then,
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm Mattia Monte, a student in electrical engineering based in Trieste. And today I want to talk about the digital task force and the young members group projects. So, the team. This answers the question, who are we? We are university students, young graduates, and professors. That's because university and schools are very important to us as the digital task force and young members group. We are also workers and engineers, so to have a real life feedback on what companies look for and their interests. We are coming from all over Italy and supporting each section and each one of us. So in detail, that's the list. I can read it for you if you cannot read. Monica Crosa, Lorenzo Piccardo, Susanna Spinsante, Davide Fabiani, Paolo Fiorentino, who by the way is not here today because he's getting married, so congratulations. Emilio Marino, Gaetano Martone, Davide Minervini, Mattia Monte, Salvatore Pulvirenti, Emanuele Mastroianni, Giuseppe Notaro, Saverio Contini, Amedeo Moratelli, Alessandro Bosisio, Francesco Carollo, Enrico Massoni, Luigi Calcara, Matteo Troncia, Elena Baldi, Cristian San Giorgi, Leonardo Montebugnoli, and Pietro Colella. Value proposition. So this answers the question, what do we do? We promote new services for IT members, such as seminaries, congresses, e-learning courses. We give particular attention to young members, students associations, and discounts. And last minute notification, we have a proposal for a young members group meeting just 30 minutes ago. We are also updating our websites and social networks, which I'm gonna talk about later. We are organizing activities for and with our sections, like study days, lessons, courses again. News in electrical sciences, electronics, automation, information technology, and telecommunication. So when we find or hear news, we like to share them with our members, and all of this is based on topics of our interest and suggestions that we are open to take, of course. So where we place, this answers the question, where are we inside of AEIT? We collaborate directly with the central IT, so on a national level, and we collaborate with local sections. We help each other to give the best experience possible to our members. We can also have feedback from our members, at least we hope so. That's the reason behind two direction arrows. Our communication means, and this answers the question, how do we do this? So we have our website for news and events, which is our central system, our central communication mean. We can also use social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, which we use as in a professional way as much as we can, at least. Then we have YouTube, which is used for streaming and records of our events, and I'm going to talk about this later too. Then we have Google My Business, which is what you find on Google Maps when you zoom on Milano via Mauro Macchi 32, because why not? And then we have Telegram, which is mainly used for national news. And all the links to our social networks, you can find them on our website and at the end of this presentation. So here we have some of our activities and future activities in detail. Finding new young members, this shouldn't need an explanation, especially if we are talking about young members. But I want to say that this is fundamental to share our messages and our interests with as many people as we can, because remember that we are also spreading knowledge as an association. Record our events and live streaming. So it's obvious that not everybody can come to our events. They can be too far or too pricey, or someone can have other things scheduled. I'm not here to talk about this. So we think that these possibilities shouldn't be wasted. We should allow our members to watch them live or record it as they like, at least for our members, yeah. Why work in progress? That's because as today we are not able to record every event. Good news, we are doing this right now. We are working on improving the quality and letting people know about this. It's a very important thing for us. Then we have website section for curriculums and job recruitment. So I said where digital task force places inside of AEIT, but where does AEIT places? We place in the middle between universities, professional, passionate people and companies. So yeah, this is fundamental to have every part of this system to find its way as in the job world, of course. Another good news, this is live and working great. Unfortunately, it's not very crowded for now, but this is another thing we are working on currently. Again, to let people know about this because it's very important. Forum on our website to ask professionals. This one is a small project for now, but it has a lot of potential, in my opinion. So to explain, everyday doubts could find answer in a matter of minutes, more or less. You could ask everything related to our topics and someone with the right knowledge will be happy to help you. And a bit of story behind this. There was a bit of discussion behind this project because it's not an easy task to carry out. But we'll figure it out and do that because we think it could be very useful for our members and not members. And then help for sections. So social networks are like rocket science sometimes. How true is that? But we can offer help to our sections with their communication channels, including news and events on websites, new proposals, and so on. Some of us are already doing this on a small scale, and for this I really want to thank Emilio for what he's doing. But we would like to do it on a national level and include every section possible. So, for the second part of this presentation, I would like to talk about two projects created just for students and youngsters by the Friuli Venezia Giulia section, but they are totally scalable and replicable anywhere else. First one is called Presenta il tuo argomento 2.0, present your topic 2.0. And it's a student competition about science and technology topics. So let me explain this. Good ideas are useless alone, so it's important to know how to explain them in the right way and to the right people. This is how this competition was born 8 editions ago. We are very proud of this. So every fifth year student in 12 schools in Friuli Venezia Giulia can participate to the competition. And we provide them 8-hour lessons in efficient communication done by 5 university teachers to 239 students. That's the data for last year competition. And again, we are really proud of this. So how is this carried out? Students present a topic they like through multimedia support, usually a PowerPoint or a Prezi presentation. And then they can talk also about a project or a solution to an existing problem. The possibilities are really endless, and as long as they are in the technological and scientific sphere, they're okay and allowed. Then a commission examines all the works, and they are evaluating both the quality of the content and the way it was presented. And after a final brief presentation, which is about 3 minutes long, the ranking is enunciated. And I know you were curious about the prices too. Can't ignore them. So the total price is about 4,000 euros and is given to the first 3 students overall, which get 1,000, 600 and 400 euros respectively. Then first student of every school except the first 3 I just mentioned, which is getting 200 euros. And then we have some skill cards for schools, and these can be used for the ECDL program, which we are collaborating with, and some gadgets for the participants. The second project I want to talk about is called Povertà Educativa, Educational Poverty. So this project is a bit different from the first one. It has a deeper meaning and a broader view. This is a project on a national scale which is aimed at the recovery of school dispersion in minors between 11 and 17 years old. We will be trying to remove economic, social, and cultural obstacles that are impeding youngsters to learn. This is sadly diffused everywhere, and its effects are devastating for our society, not only for IT as a society, but for the whole Italian society. And here we have some contributors. So to fight this, Friuli Venezia Giulia section is announcing the beginning of the plan to help these kids, which is taking place in Pordenone on 12th of October 2018 and will go on for 3 years. And I want to say we are very proud of this too, and we think it's important because it represents the soul and the principles behind AEIT. Thanks to this project, students will learn 4 main subjects. Geography through GIS, which is Geographical Information Systems, basically interactive maps. They will be learning about science through storytelling to keep students entertained. Information technology through MIT instruments, such as applications and programming tools. And history through group projects, which is an important task to learn nowadays. As you see, the program for this project is well defined, and in the next days there will be some details discussed to perfect this. Thank you for your attention, and here we have some contact information. Just a reminder to everyone, please follow us on your favorite social media. I suggest you to take a picture and do that later because we have to go on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mattia. We are really very glad to show you how our young members work, and we are very proud of their motivation, their everyday work for the association, and we are at the same level proud of our young members, Michela Longo. I hope she can be inspiring for women to access STEM sciences, STEM matters in an easier way than now. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So I'm very happy to present the concept of STEM, where our association IT is very careful on this topic, in particular applied to women. So today in the web, it's very interesting when you search terms like education, data, science, engineering, one of the most common terms. And STEM appears as one of the most common. But, okay, STEM, but what is STEM? STEM is an acronym of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's a growing movement in education. So not just in the United States, but around the world. STEM-based learning programs are intended to increase students' interest in pursuing higher education and careers in those fields. STEM education typically uses a newer model of blending learning and that combines traditional classroom teaching with online learning and hands-on learning activities. This model of blending learning aims to give students the opportunity to experience different ways of learning and problem solving. But obviously there are the benefits and the critical aspects of introduce this new concept in the world. The benefits. STEM has become a buzzword in education. Many people have superficially understanding of STEM learning programs, but few grasp the impact it as on the larger picture of education in America. In some ways, STEM education is a long overdue update to our overall education system, intending to bring kids up to speed on the skills and knowledge most relevant in today's society. The critical aspects, the critics of STEM education believe the in-depth focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics short changes students' learning and experience with other subjects that are also important, such as art, music, literature, and writing. So these no-STEM subjects contribute to brain development, critical reading skills, and communication skills. Today, it was born a new concept. So from separated approach between disciplines to a new homogeneous approach. The scope is to create an educational journey to reinforce a competitive position in the country. This is commonly called STEM. But now we look at another topic. So to integrate with the discussion before, women in a STEM ecosystem. First, I will briefly describe how girls and women's performance and participation in science, technology, engineering, and math have changed over time. So, as you know, women have made tremendous progress in education and workplace during the past 50 years, including progress in scientific and engineering fields. However, historically, boys outperformed girls in math and science. The gender gap has narrowed over time, and today girls are doing as well as boys in math in school by most measures. So this graph represents the average number of high school credits earned in math and science combined by gender. Girls are represented in green line and boys are in purple. As you can see, over time students, both boys and girls, are taking more math and science credits. Both lines are going up. So, and girls now earn more credits in math and science than boys do. What math and science courses are high school students taking? So, in this figure shows the percentage of high school graduated who took selected math and science courses. High school girls are more likely to take biology, chemistry, and pre-calculus compared with boys. However, girls are less likely to take physics compared with boys. In this graph shows students in a grade point average in high school math and science combined over time by gender. High school girls now also earn higher GPA in math and science on average than their male peers do. In this figure shows the percentage of bachelor's degrees earned by women in selected STEM fields over the last 4 decades. There are a couple of important things to note here. So first, over the past 4 decades, the percentage of women receiving degrees in STEM has increased dramatically. For every field except computer science, the trend is upward. Second, generally women have increased their share of STEM degrees overall. Clearly, women's representation varies by field. There are also been dramatic growth in women's representation among PhD in STEM fields over the last 4 decades. But again, women's representation varies considerably by field. Again, women are best represented among PhD recipients in the biological and agricultural science, and are significantly underrepresented in computer science, engineering, and physics. In this graph, this is the data of in this year, and it is possible to observe that the gap between women and men, and it's very important to reduce this gap. And it's very interesting when you search the term STEM, the many papers, the many articles on this topic. And the high attention, for example, the ex-president Barack Obama, or this title of in the journal, The Next Steve Jobs. And in this case, there is a face of younger girl. For this reason, I want to see together a video on the STEM.
The belief that we belong on the cutting edge of innovation, that's an idea as old as America itself. It's in our DNA. We know that what these young people are doing, this is what's going to make a difference in this country over the long